Thank you for joining us today on Becca's World. I'm your host, Blind Becca. Today, it's just me and one other person on right now, but several other people, two other people are on right now, but several other people I think are going to be joining us. So we're just going to get started. So how is everybody today?
I'm fine.
Great.
So do you guys have any topics you want to talk about, Leon?
What's going on? I'm ready to debate. I'm ready to go on anything. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay. So, well, we were talking just before we went on camera, so let's just continue. Clay, I believe you were talking, Clay, weren't you?
Yeah, I was talking about. So here's my thing. The defund the police issue is a very important one to me because of the fact that I've witnessed police brutality in my life, and I've also lost my sister to police brutality. So the defund, and also I'm very passionate about this topic of ending police violence, systemic racism, and white supremacy. So I'm very passionate about that. But there are issues with the Black Lives Matter and with the movement that I think need to be addressed, which is that first of all, when you go to look at like Black Lives Matter's website, they're talking about LGBTQ, they're talking about Black trans lives, they're trying to like sectionalize it, if that's even a term, but they're trying to sectionalize it instead of it should be about Black.
It's never been about Black, Clay. It's never.
Joanna said the same thing several months ago.
But hold on. But I'm saying it's never, because if it was about Black lives, then every Black life should matter, right?
That's right. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, let's go back to the start of the BLM. You do know,
right?
You do know who started BLM?
Correct. Alicia Garza and
they don't like men at all. Okay.
No, they're
anti-male. Okay. Now we're gonna skip towards the police brutality thing. Clay? Where do you live at, sir?
Like Mesa, Arizona.
Mesa, Arizona. Okay. You know where I stay at? Houston, Texas. We have we're gonna eclipse our 93 murder rate right now. We're about to eclipse it. Okay.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, I had an interaction with a dope head, which I thought I was gonna have to shoot. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. You talk about police brutality. Let's talk about that. Do you know how many cops killed Black folk last year?
Yeah, it's in the thousands.
Wrong, sir. That is wrong. Only 9. And that's on the government website. Only 9 have been killed. And that doesn't mean that only 9, sir. You can look that up yourself. Go to FBI fact. Go to the government facts. Look that up. Only 9 were killed.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
You know how many? You know how many whites were killed last year? Over 18 by the cops.
Right.
That is a straight fact. Now we're gonna go back to the whole police brutality. You're talking about defunding the police. Okay, we're gonna go there right now. Okay. Drop my phone. Sorry about that. Now, you say defunding the police. I say you don't defund them. You retrain them. Okay. Because when you defund the police, you take police away from areas that really need it, like my area. Okay. Right down the street from my neighborhood are the projects. Mm-hmm. Okay. It is every day. Every night I'm hearing gunshots and police sirens. Okay. Just last night, a kid up the street was shot. A 14-year-old kid was shot and killed and hit by a car. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. When you say defund the police, you're taking cops away from areas that really need it. And to a lot of Black folk, they don't want you to defund the police. They want more police. Okay. I can tell you countless times how many I hear. I'm watching on the news and somebody I know has been killed by gang violence. Okay. That's the problem. We do not need to defund the police. We need to re-educate. Yes, some tactics are bad.
Do you know? And just for clarification, Clay is saying that same thing.
Because what I'm saying, so here's the thing. So I don't know if you know how much is spent on police in in Houston, but I can tell you in Mesa and in Phoenix. In Mesa, they spend $202 million on police. In Phoenix, that number is $721 million. So that's really the issue. Is like when you have police that have military grade weapons, and when their budgets.
What is a military grade weapon, sir? What is a military grade weapon? Let me know. Because
I'm talking about fully automatic.
No, sir. Police do not have fully automatic weapons. You know how I know? Like the Democrat Party had come in with the style military grade. My shotgun in my lap is considered a military grade rifle, a military grade weapon. You know why? Because it's black and it looks tactical. Okay, hold on. I'll be right back. I'll get you more weapons that I have in my little arsenal that I consider military grade. Hold on. Hold on. See this baby right here? AR-15. Okay? According to the Democrats, this is a military grade weapon. Oh, and now I forgot about the military grade sling that's on it now because of Kyle Rittenhouse. He's free, by the way. Anyway, you know why it's called military grade? Because again, black, it looks scary, and it has a 30-round magazine.
Right.
His gun has never been in war. But you know weapon has been in war? Take a wild guess. Those hunting rifles that everybody talking about is not scary, they've been in wars.
Right.
Okay? The 223/556 is no bigger than a 22. Okay? There's no such thing as a military grade weapon. A weapon is a weapon. Hell, I can take a pencil and stab you.
Right.
That's an assault weapon.
Right.
Okay? So we need to stop listening to what the Democrats say because they're trying to disarm us. We don't need that.
Right. We don't need to be disarmed. I agree with that.
There's no such thing as a military. You know how hard it is to get a fully automatic weapon in this country? How much? Very difficult. It's very hard. Okay? Cops do not have military grade weapons. No such thing. They do not have fully assault weapons because they can't do that. They haven't had them in years.
Are you aware of the 1033 program that was started by Bush, rescinded by Obama, and then it picked up again under Trump? Are you aware of the 1033?
Tell me what it is, sir. Go ahead.
The 1033 program was where police were given weapons across the country that had previously been used in the military.
That is a lie, sir. That is a lie. Okay.
It's actually not, and I can quote you some sources.
I want to quote them. Okay. I want to know these weapons because I want to know where to get them at.
They have. There are police that have. They've got tanks. They have. When I was at the protest, they had. They didn't just have tanks. They also had drones that were circling all over the place. They had hundreds of cop cars.
Heck, I have a drone, sir. I have a couple of them.
Right.
I can do some things with them. Okay.
Right. Drones are cool. Drones are cool, but they're using them for surveillance purposes.
Okay. I agree with you on the surveillance, but let's just say the tanks that they use, they do not shoot mortar rounds. Those tanks have battering rams on them, sir. Like you do know, like in case like a dope dealer has a steel door, that battering ram can break through that. Okay.
Right.
Okay. So I can get a tank. I really can get one of those tanks if I have the money. Okay. But I'm saying you're saying military grade. There's no such thing. A weapon is a weapon. Again, I can take a rock and throw it at you. That's considered a weapon.
Right.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna get rid of military-style rocks now, aren't we?
Military grade.
I'm not saying that we get rid of military weapons. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is that when you have police departments and you got cops that are with these weapons in the wrong hands, it's a problem. But we don't need to get rid of them, and I don't think that we need.
Have either of you heard of Ruby Ridge?
Yes.
Yeah, I heard about that. Talking about 1980 something. Yeah, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about now. The past we can't change. I'm talking about now. What about these gang bangers that out here killing up everybody? Well, how do you defend that?
Right. We need to address that.
But how do you do
we
it?
need to address
when you have these liberal judges and prosecutors and DAs and that are elected, then they're letting them go. That's the problem.
Well, let me ask you this: why do people gangbang in the first place?
Because you really want to know why? They have no father at home. There's no man to teach them right from wrong. Like my dad, if he ever caught me sagging my pants, that was 5 across the eyes. Okay, it starts at home. Everything starts at home.
I agree with that.
Okay, when you sit out, when you see these dudes gang banging, these single mothers go out there and they sleep with any Tom, Dick, and Harry. Okay, and then they want to just give them to the streets. No, you need to pick who you lay down with. Okay, who you open up your legs up to. It's all up on you. Okay, and yes, some men do need to step up and go get their sons. Okay, but it is a bad problem here. Okay, we're at Houston's at hell, and many major cities we're at war with these assholes. So the only way to stop them is either you lock them up or you put them 6 feet under. I agree with both. I don't just give me.
You don't think educating them? You don't think trying to educate them and trying to give them better socioeconomic opportunities?
Once they reach that part of gang banging, there is no turning back. They failed themselves. There is no re-educating, sir. I'm sorry.
What about all the gangsters that have made it out? Should they not have gotten a chance to make it out? How many have actually made it out, sir? Not of this Hollywood book. I'm talking about actually made it out. Because I had a cousin that got killed last year. You know how old he was? He was still doing the shit. He was 44 years old, still doing this stupid shit. Ended up getting killed. Okay? I have 2 cousins on the run right now. Okay? It's not about once they reach that certain age, it's no turning back. Once they that's all they know. What age is that?
I say about 14, 15, there's no turning back after that. The streets have got a hold of them. Unless they really want to change, they're not going to change, sir. Okay? That's all they know. And that goes back to home training. That's all they know. Then you got these little idiots listening to this rap music now that's really affecting them. When I was growing up, rap music, it was just entertainment. I never thought about going out and killing nobody. But now they really taking that to heart now. Okay? And they shooting up everybody. That's not, no, They need to know what's real and what's not real, okay? Because most of those rappers are not real gangbangers. They're just pretending to be, okay? Now
that's true too.
Let's go back to the to BLM. Okay, what about the little I'll take that. I got one for you. 2 little black girls were killed a year apart in Houston. It was kind of a big story here, and the stepdad. In both cases, the stepdad killed her.
Yeah.
What was BLM at then?
I agree.
Okay. Well, BLM was nowhere to be found. What about the thousands of black kids that get killed across this country by gun violence? When I can't say gun violence, period. Where are they at? The only time you see BLM is when a white cop kills a black person. And that is very, very low numbers. Okay, the media is not your friend. Stop listening to the media.
Right, I already know that. But what do you make of the Breonna Taylor situation?
I'm glad you brought that up. Breonna Taylor. Let's go back to Miss Breonna Taylor. Now, you do know what Breonna Taylor. She was not an EMT. We do know that, right?
She was not.
She was not. She was fired a long time ago.
Did not know that.
Yes. They keep putting that picture of her up when she wasn't, well, hell, she wasn't even an EMT at the time. She was training to be an EMT. They fired her. Do you know why the investigation got started on her? Because a dead body was found in a rental car that she had rented out. And that her boyfriend at the time let somebody use the car. He got killed. He had dope in the car. And the guy got killed. That's what started the whole Breonna Taylor investigation in December of 2016. Now, in that whole investigation, they found that Breonna Taylor was knee-deep in a drug gang with her ex-boyfriend. They got pictures and surveillance video of her at the trap houses, collecting packages for her ex-boyfriend, Jamarcus Glover. And by the way, Jamarcus Glover's right-hand man was killed the other day. Guess by who? Take a wild guess who killed him. Yeah, other gang members killed him. The guy that's on the search warrant with Breonna Taylor, yeah, he's dead now.
Kenneth Walker got killed?
No, not Kenneth Walker. Jamarcus Glover's right-hand man, Agent Walker, he's dead now.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, they shot him up. If Breonna Taylor would have lived, she'd probably been dead now anyway. Or locked up at least, because the month before, 2 months before Breonna Taylor got killed, Jamarcus Glover and Adrian Walker, they all got arrested in a drug raid. And that same night she got killed, they got arrested. And guess what? A month after, they got raided again. This is all fact. You can go. I can tell you where to look up the report at right now. Go to TatumReport.com and type in Breonna Taylor. They got videos and photos and a whole police report. And these idiots talking on the police telephone in a jailhouse of everything.
Yeah, I'll have to listen to that too, because
and no, she was not killed she was not killed in bed. She was killed in the hallway because her idiot boyfriend shot at the cop first.
He didn't even. Well, it was after 1 o'clock in the morning, and they were asleep. I
understand that, but okay.
If somebody was to bust down my door, I'd be shooting back at them too.
But witnesses say the cops said police. They have people outside the apartment.
There have been witnesses that said that and retracted it too. So it's hard to tell It's hard to tell who's telling the truth and who's lying.
But hold on. But Kenneth Walker said they knocked on the door, and he knew why didn't that dummy just look out the window? Huh? And Mr. Kenneth Walker, he was not innocent either. He was a little dope dealer himself. So, okay, I'm saying Breonna Taylor was not innocent, okay? Either she was going to go to prison or another gang member was going to kill her. She was not innocent in any of this. Was it a tragedy? Yes, it was. But that dummy, that idiot should have known that was the cops, because a dope dealer is not going to knock on the door like that.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Cops, only people that keep knocking on are the police.
Right.
That we know. A dope dealer is not going to, he's not going to knock on the door. He's going to just kick the damn door in.
Right.
Okay, so as Breonna Taylor, again, she shouldn't have lost her life. I keep reiterating that. She shouldn't have died. I keep saying that. But what led to her dying was her own doing and her boyfriend's doing. Okay? If he was a man, he would have told his girlfriend, do not leave the door. Do not leave this room. I'm going out as a man.
Right.
And why was she standing next to him? And why did he push her down once the shooting started? The little coward ran away. Okay? So if you're going to blame somebody, blame Kenneth Walker for her death. But we don't do that. We blame the cops. The cops are the easiest target. Remember, the cops have a right to defend themselves too.
True.
Okay. And they didn't even have AR-15. They shot it with Glock 22s, which are 40 caliber pistols.
Right.
Okay. All three of those cops had the same weapon. So there was no it's a military style weapon with that, because our army don't even use Glocks. They used to use Berettas. I forgot what they use. Oh, they use 6 Hours now, which I'm trying to get one right now, but I can't. Okay. But that's just okay. That's what I'm saying. Come on now. I can go get a GoPro camera and take it to the projects right up the street and just sit up shop and watch all the carnage that goes on right then and there. And this is just one project, not to mention the ones in 3rd Ward where Mr. George Floyd lived at.
Right.
Let's not go there, because I can tell you that shithole there.
Right.
Okay, I wouldn't even send my worst enemy there. Or let's not talk about the Kelly Court projects, where the ghetto boys are from.
Yeah.
Okay, so you say defund the police. Mesa, Arizona is a lot safer than Houston, Texas. I can guarantee you that right now. I would live in Mesa, Arizona than
I know
Texas right now.
Yeah, I know because I know what Houston's I know what Houston's is at as far as that goes too, because I've seen the cases and things.
Mm-hmm. But I'm saying when we say defund the police, BLM and Antifa really want to disband the police. Period. They're not talking about taking the money away. They want to really get rid of them. Okay, and look at Minneapolis. They are suffering from it now, big time. To the point they're gonna have to send the National Guard in every day, every night now, because that crime rate in Minneapolis is elevated since that jackass George Floyd. Let me go ahead and break it down. The son didn't even die from a neck on the cop. He died from an overdose. Because if you watch the whole 40-something minute video of the body cam of the cop, you see George Floyd taking something in his mouth. And before he jumped out the car and he said he can't breathe. He was saying, I can't breathe while in the car. So guess what? He was down in the car. That dummy took more fentanyl that could kill 11 men. And that knee on the neck was a police tactic in the Minneapolis police handbook. Till this day, it's still on the book. So that did not kill him. And like the medical examiner said, he died of a heart attack. All that fentanyl and meth he had in his system would have killed more. It'd have killed 3-4 elephants, man. Okay, we need to stop mortarizing these thugs and dope and junkies. Okay, we need to stop moralizing them and start. What about? Huh? Go ahead, Becca.
I'm sorry.
Like I was saying about George Floyd and other, like Rashard Brooks in Atlanta, how he got killed by shooting a cop's taser. Now they made him a martyr. Okay. And Breonna Taylor, these people were not saints. Okay, they were not saints. Their demise was on their own doing.
So we should just treat criminals or people that are accused of a crime like animals. Fuck due process.
No, you can treat it on a case-by-case basis. Okay, the thing about it, like Antifa and BLM and other people that support them, anything goes. They just want chaos. Okay, look what happened 2 days ago in Louisville. A BLM activist got killed by another carjacker. Why did they start rioting?
Good question.
Why? And what about that guy in Minneapolis about 3-4 months ago who shot another person, killed him, and the cops took chase after him and he killed himself, and they got on the cops about that.
Oh yeah, I heard about that one too.
It's just they just want anarchy. Okay, the thing about it, we got to take it on a case-by-case basis, like I do, or other people, or other conservatives do. You don't just jump on, oh, they were racist. No, you don't know that. Okay, a lot of these game bangers, a lot of them deserve to go. I'm sorry, they deserve to be put down. I hate to be like Black Blunt, but they need to be.
You do also realize that there are white supremacist gangs within law enforcement, right?
Name one, sir.
I can.
Name one.
I can tell you who's talked about it. Have you heard of Tariq Nasheed? He's talked about it.
Oh my God, that the race pimp. Oh my God! Please, anybody with the name Tariq Nasheed or Al Sharptongue or Reverend Jesse Bang Your Wife Jackson, trust me, man, they do. No. You know who you need to listen to? Anthony Brian Logan, Brandon Tatum used to be a cop in Arizona.
Oh, I love ABL and Brandon Tatum.
Mm-hmm. Who else? The conservative twins, Steven Crowder,
Patricia Dixon is awesome.
Okay, those people are black conservatives that give you the truth, man.
Candace Owens. Candace Owens.
Candace Owens.
Queen.
Those people, Tariq Nasheed is a race pimp.
Who?
All they talk about is race. Without race, they wouldn't have any platform. Okay, we black. We all are black. Well, I don't know if you're black. I'm black as they come. I've been put over plenty of times by the cops, and guess what? I'm still alive.
Right.
You know why? You know why I'm still alive? Because I shut the fuck up when they pulled me over.
Yeah.
Do exactly what they say. I never gave them any lip, and guess what? I went home that night.
What do you make of the Philando Castile situation?
Yes, that cop was just a scared piece of crap. And I agree. That cop should have been arrested. I do agree with that one. That cop was just scary. He shouldn't have been a cop. I do agree. Oh, and Clay, you must know, guns don't kill people. People kill people.
People kill people. I agree. I
have 3 guns right here on my bed right now. Watch this. Let me show you a little trick. AR-15, go kill somebody right now. Hold up there, big fella. Don't waste all your ammo now. See, it doesn't work like that. People already have malicious intent to harm somebody.
Right. Okay. I'm pro Second Amendment like you. So yeah.
I'm glad. Oh, thank God for that. But I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm pro Second Amendment. I'm not into gun control or any of that.
Okay, Philando Castile was killed by a Minnesota cop back in 2016. I want to believe what happened. That's right. He was put over, and he was shot several times in the arm. We know his girlfriend recorded it. He was a legal gun owner. He had a concealed carry license, and he said he was reaching for his license, and the cop shot him. If somebody like that coward cop, yeah, he should have been fired. I agree. He should have been tried for murder. I do agree with that. But how many cases are there out there like that? Mm-hmm. See, that kind of started to get rid of the cop thing back then too. But it only got flared up when George Floyd died. I'm not gonna say he got killed because he died, because we don't know. Well, I do know, but for the sake of this, we're gonna say that he died. Okay.
Yeah.
Again, when you say defund the police, you're taking cops away from areas that really need it. There's not one. Most black people do not want to get rid of the cops. They want the cops there. Why? It keeps these gangbangers at bay for the most part. Okay, but what's the purpose of having of laws when these prosecutors and judges let them out? I can tell you how many times here in Houston within the last several months these idiots got bailed out on capital murder charges and went up and killed somebody else.
Wow!
Within the same week, I can go get you I can go downtown and get the numbers myself if you want me to, and I can have it on next week's show. Okay, it's countless times that they've done that. Even our liberal ass police chief. He even said that these prosecutors and judges in Houston are letting them out. And he's liberal as they hell, he even kneeled with the damn protesters. And he's saying that. Okay.
Right.
And our liberal mayor, that son of a bitch, that I can't stand that son of a bitch, but he needs to be tougher on crime. Okay? If you don't, let the citizens handle it. Okay? One bullet at a time. I'm for wild, wild west justice. Let's do it. Come on.
That's what I think too. That's what I think too. So.
Because okay, now to your sister, I'm sorry that she lost her life, but tell us what happened. How she lost her life at the hands of the cops. If you don't mind telling us.
So hold on 1 minute, Clay. We are going to be putting this on Becca's World on Friday. So before you release this information, it is going to be made public. Just FYI.
Yeah, I know. It's fine. Okay. So on February 4th, 2016, my sister was at her place of residence, and there was and my sister was autistic, and she also had been previously suicidal before, including suicide by cop, including trying to do a suicide by cop. So then, basically, she, according to at least what I know of the situation, because I was not there when she was killed. Her friend called the police, said that my sister was suicidal, and then when the cops came, they claimed that my sister grabbed a knife and then charged them, and then they shot her. The interesting thing, though, is that there was no knife that was recovered at the scene when both of the cops emptied their rounds into her.
You don't think that your roommate could have took the knife? I mean, not but your sister's woman. You don't think they could have took the knife?
I have no idea.
Because, okay, again, I'm sorry that your sister lost. I really am sorry. I'm sorry about that. I couldn't imagine losing a sibling like that. But I'm saying,
yeah, I had to bury you too, which sucked.
When the cops tell you just let me see your hands, you better do it, because any movement, trust me, I've seen this happen before. Any movement, hey, your life depends on it. When they say show me your hands, let them see your hands. Do not move. Get on. You do it, okay? Because
right, I know.
A cop's job. My God, I could not be a cop in today's world. I couldn't. Because, but there are cops too that purposely want to escalate things so that they can use violence. Yeah,
and I've seen that too.
You really can't say that, because you got some cops that that are just, they're happy that they got a badge and a gun. They are, but how many of them out there like that? Again, when I went to the county jailhouse for parking tickets, for speeding tickets, I was much bigger than that cop that arrested me. And nobody told me, like, man, you're a big guy. And I was only 175 pounds at the time. Nowhere near big. I'm 6'1".
Right.
Yes. But come on now. I was way bigger than him. You know, I can tell back when he was in grade school, he used to get picked on. If I really wanted to beat him, I could have just beat him up if I really wanted to. But I'm not stupid enough to fight a cop. Right. Because I know I'd have been Swiss cheese.
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't do that either.
I mean, I could have easily overtaken him at the time. But like I say, I know I respect authority because my parents told me that. You know, even back when I was in grade school, teachers were authority.
I feel like authority has to be checked. I don't feel like you just respect them because they're in a position of authority.
Right. Authority does have to be checked from time to time, because some people, they get overzealous with power. They do. Yeah. But to a point, you still have to know you still have to know your place too. Mm-hmm. You still have to know what's what. And if a cop say you something, you better do it. I don't care. You don't fight a cop on the side of the road. You fight a cop in the court of law. Okay? That's what happens. To the point where, okay, now let's see what else we were talking about. BLM, we've debunked that bull crap. Antifa, those little whiny college age wusses. I wish one of them little son bitches would come to me and talk to me. See, they know who to pick on. See, they know people that they pick on can't defend themselves. But see, this is Texas, baby. We don't.
So, you know, my mom's home and the dog's not gonna start barking.
What?
What happened?
My dog's not gonna start barking here in a minute.
Oh, we didn't.
Can you mute yourself when your dog starts to bark, please?
What the hell? Sorry, I mean it now because I'm cooking Thanksgiving dinner too at the same time while I'm on a video. Sorry.
That's all right.
But Clay, I understand where you're coming from, but come to Houston, I can take you on a tour of Houston, how dangerous it is. Okay? Yes, we have jobs here, but our crime rate has escalated this year.
Hold on.
To the point now, hell, I've been sleeping with a pistol under my pillow. Now I got 2 rifles on the side of my bed now. Okay? It's getting that bad again. I almost had to put up my gun on somebody yesterday. Okay?
Right.
You know, thank God I didn't have to, but he was itching towards getting a bullet put in him or two.
Right.
Okay? And as blind folk, we got to be careful who we let out, who we let know if we're visually impaired or not. Because we don't know who's trying to hurt us.
Right.
Clay, I was wondering, and other people were wondering, what made you get started with activism with BLM and stuff?
Well, I've been an activist for a long time. For me, I started when I started as far as like protesting the police brutality and things like that. When I started going to the protests, I was actually going with Poder in Action, which is another group that is in Phoenix that is protesting police brutality, and so I was involved with them, and then they linked up with Black Lives Matter, Mass Liberation Arizona, and a bunch of other groups. But then like I was getting involved in BLM, but then what made me stop going to the protests and what made me decide to try and pursue this through other means is that they started to turn the protests into like parties. Like they were having like live music and, you know, food and things like that. And I'm just like, how is it that you're going to protest police brutality and yet have all these, you know, it just didn't make sense to me. And so that's why, because when I protest, I'm serious about it.
Okay, I understand that. Okay, now let's go back to these BLM activists and stuff. You do know most of those kids grew up in the suburbs.
Yeah, and I know, and that was another issue I had with it.
A lot of them have never been, like I say, like me and Joe. I don't want to put your business out there. Like what me and Joetta grew up at. You know, we need the cops, don't we, Joetta?
That's an understatement.
Hey, you might as well say we need the military out there or out here. We might as well say it. Because again, these little knucklehead kids don't know right from wrong because there's no father at home to put a whooping upside their head and tell them you better not do it. Okay, so they go to the gangs as father figures and as family because that's all they know. Okay, right. When you have all this fighting, especially like in Chicago, over territory or just random violence for no reason. Now you're attacking everyday innocent people, and there's nothing being done, which was Obama's stronghold, was his home was Chicago. That should have been the safest damn city in the 8 years he was president, don't you think?
Yeah, and Obama didn't do anything to deal with it either. Obama didn't do anything about
that. I'm glad you said that, Clay. So what makes people think that Mr. Joe Biden, thank God he's about to die one day. His mind is gone. He's about to
I don't like Joe Biden.
Listen,
I don't like Joe Biden
thank God
either.
he's going to die, because if he dies, what's her face is going to take over?
Kamala Harris?
You need to think about it. How old is this man right now? He's in his 70s, right?
He's 78.
Okay, he's about to be 80. Come on now. One foot in the banana field, one foot in the grave. Let's get real.
Okay, on that note, we're not going to get into what I'm saying. People that voted for Joe Biden think that he was VP for 8 years, right? What did he do?
Nothing.
Okay, on that note, we're not going to get into the debate because I don't want to go into what happened last week. And Mr.
I actually to listen to that episode, and I liked the way you went off on that dude.
I appreciate that.
So I was cool. I'm cool.
But the thing about it, we're not going to do that. Okay, that's another topic. We're talking about BLM and police brutality right now.
Right.
Okay. I'm saying, at the 8 years Obama had been president, Chicago should have been the safest city in America, right?
I agree.
Okay.
And it was not,
But
and it wasn't.
it became the worst. Well, it was always
Right.
bad, but it overtook St. Louis and Baltimore. Okay. Every holiday weekend, about 100 people get shot up there. Okay. And now all this gang violence, well, we always had gang violence in major cities. It's spreading like wildfire now. Again, that goes to these prosecutors and these judges not doing anything. Okay, you better be careful who you elect, because elections have consequences.
Right.
Okay, and stop paying more attention to the presidential election and more to your local election, because that's going to affect you way more than the president of the United States will.
I do actually, and I pay attention to local news and politics like all the time. So I do that.
Yes, you better be careful who you vote as your DA and your judges and your mayor. Okay,
Right.
Because and your county sheriff too, because if they are highly liberal, you might as well move.
Kiss your constitutional rights goodbye.
I wouldn't say that. It's just,
I didn't like either one of the sheriffs that were actually running this election. I didn't vote for
you're in Maricopa County, aren't you?
Yeah.
I didn't vote either.
Because Paul Penzone hasn't done anything to make anything better, and I have no confidence in that other person that was running.
Well, I can't even remember. Ed Gonzalez, I think that's our sheriff, and Aldo Cervetti is our police chief. He's from Austin. You know that Austin is a liberal shithole in Texas, and God, we need a new mayor. We need a new sheriff. We need a new police chief, because crime has literally skyrocketed. Okay,
right?
It's just to the point people can't even walk down the street anymore in Houston now.
I know. That's what. That's what I've heard.
Okay.
So who is your current mayor there in Houston?
Yeah. Matter of fact, he's from my name. Matter of fact, his house is about 3 miles from me. Sylvester Turner.
Mm-hmm.
That liberal sack of shit. You know, it's this. I forgot. Houston has always been a Democrat stronghold. We've only had 2 Republican mayors ever. You know, I found it out about a few months ago. We've only had 2 Republican mayors in the whole time since Houston's been a city. But, you know, the only reason why Houston does so well because the state of Texas does so well. That's the residual effect of Texas overall being one of the best economies in the whole country, followed by South Dakota, which I might know. And
Texas has also been listed as like one of the happiest places to live in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
It was like number 5, I think, on the list.
Well, we're up there.
Something like that, yeah.
But you know what's ruining it? People from California moving here.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem, and that's why they're moving to Arizona, trying to messing it up too.
Yeah, I know, and they think that like more regulations is going to be better, and I don't think so.
Bingo. And that's the problem. They want
higher taxes, which means that we're going to be paying through the nose for everything.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm trying to tell that guy last week. Why did you move from New York City to a red state? Because he couldn't afford to stay there anymore. And the red state has better programs for the disabled to help him. You can't get that kind of help in California or in New York.
No, you can't. In fact, I used to live out in California, and I remember like the VR services out in California. You're going to be waiting a long time to get on that list.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
go ahead, Becca.
I was surprised when I moved here how quick I got into my training. I signed up for voc rehab in like December, I think it was. And then in March, they invited me to participate in a week-long workshop. And then by that August, I was enrolled in my training at Savvy Services for the Blind in Phoenix. It all happened so boom, boom, boom quick for me. And that wasn't what I expected because that wasn't what I had always thought about folk rehab. And then I also wound up with 2 awesome counselors during my time with folk rehab. I think I actually still have a folk rehab case open, although I haven't been able to get a hold of my counselor. Because I think I last heard from him in August.
That's the thing. Red states have always helped out people. A lot of BLM people, a lot of BLM activists don't know that they don't understand that the Republican Party was helped started by black folk.
Exactly.
And they don't understand that. They don't know that MLK was a Republican. Booker T. Washington was a Republican. Jackie Robinson
was Jesus
was a Republican.
Do you guys know?
Who?
Do you know if Jesus was a Republican?
We
had political parties back then.
There were no there was no U.S. There was no political.
There was nothing.
There was nothing.
I know, Clay. I was just being funny because people are always picking like instrumental figures from history and talking about them being a member of one party or the other. So I was just trying to be funny there.
Yeah.
So when you got rappers like T.I. saying America was never great, then people need to ask him, how did you become a millionaire? When you got athletes like LeBron James saying we're being hunted, how come? It's kind of funny. He's never been hunted. He's still alive, isn't he? Doing damn well. Hell, I wish I could live off the taxes that LeBron James pays. I'll be living good. Okay, when you have the most millionaires ever, black millionaires ever in the history of this world living in America, don't tell me America isn't great.
Right.
You have to put the work in. All this I'm black, I can't do anything. Bullshit. Okay?
Right.
I've never been hunted by a white man. Do you know what I have to fear when I leave my house? Take a while, guess what I have to fear?
Other black people in gangs.
God damn it, boy, we need a cigar for that. Yes, that's true. Not even a gang, just black men, people want to do me harm in general. Okay? Again, the guy yesterday, he wasn't a gangbanger, but I had my hand on my pistol. That son bitch you would have seen me on the news this morning.
Yeah.
Okay? I fear no man, but goddamn, you come my way, I will kill you.
Right.
I will kill you. You do harm to my family, I will kill you. I don't, right. And I will not have no consequences. No, I will not have no second thought about it, because my life is worth more than you.
Right.
I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6.
Exactly.
Okay. So when we go back, I keep going back to the defund the police. We need the cops. We do. The thing about it, they need better. Some of them do need better training, which is going to cost money. Defund it, like when you see BLM saying defund it, and then people say defund it again, they want to they really wanted to disband the police. They want to get rid of the police general, and they want to get rid of them, period. They just want social workers, which is not going to work for some. I don't know how they're going to think that's going to work, but okay.
I could talk all about how social workers are dysfunctional and how they, because I had social workers in my family growing up, and it just didn't. They just caused things to get worse. Because
like that guy last week, he wanted to be that's what we was going to school for. Like I said, that's what the world needs is more social workers. We don't need that. We don't need. Okay. One of these days, I'm going to buy me a GoPro camera. And I'm going to walk up the street to the projects up there. You need to pray for me. But like I'm saying, and I could just set up shop right there and watch the carnage that's going to happen. Watch the people just throwing trash everywhere. Watch the people just selling dope and just committing crime right then and there. And these people don't even pay more than $100 a month, if that. A lot of them get it for free. And they don't care because they're not paying for it. But me, I gotta pay property taxes and shit. I got to be careful what I vote for so they won't raise my damn taxes.
Right.
Okay. Thank God I live in the state of Texas. I'll be right back. I gotta see what's wrong with my damn dressing.
All right.
Joanna, how are you doing? Is Joanna still with us?
What do you think was coughing?
Oh. Is Leon? Oh, Leon went to go check on something. Did Tim ever come on?
Huh?
No, I don't
I
hear
guess
Tim.
Tim hasn't come on yet.
He came in once and then he went out again.
Oh, okay.
But as far as how I'm doing, I'm hanging in there, but I'm thinking of seriously staying home tomorrow because the way my daughter-in-law is talking, she's talking about a bunch of folks being over there, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I ain't about to put myself in that position because there's no telling where those other people have been or have been exposed to. Yeah. So I'm just not going to take that type of risk.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, my turkey's still de-thawing, so I can't wait to cook it up tomorrow.
I'm not fixing no turkey.
We're just having a little Thanksgiving with our household here, and I don't know, I think my friends Sean and Tanya might come over, but like Tanya doesn't even work anymore, and Sean works from home, so neither one of them is really ever exposed to the virus. In fact, they were some of my friends that came over during the quarantine when we had our get-togethers in the backyard around the fire pit and the barbecue grill, where we could do social distancing.
Oh, I'm not cooking no turkey. In fact, my daughter-in-law is not cooking a turkey either because her kids flat straight told her, we don't want no turkey. So she's actually fixing a roast and a ham. That's what they're doing.
Sorry,
but me?
Coming up next.
What?
I said I'm going to start my mac and cheese after I get off the view, but...
Do you guys want to talk anything about the history of Thanksgiving and our country and the founding of our country and how it all came together?
Yeah, I guess I can say something on that. Let me tell you something. When you got these little college nerds don't know anything about the Pilgrims, some of the Pilgrims didn't know nothing, that's bullshit. Okay, those people know how to grow, they know how to farm and all that crap. Okay, that's just bullshit that they didn't know how to do that. Just look at it. Them people know how to do a lot of stuff before they came over here. That's why they came. How are you going to go somewhere and don't know how to do nothing? Okay?
Exactly. And I would also say, too, that, like, the history that – because I took history in college. And I can tell you that what they teach in college history, college American history versus what they teach in school, completely different.
Mm-hmm. No joke. I learned more in elementary school than I learned in college history. I really did. Because my elementary school was a magnet school. It was, matter of fact, Oprah, if you're listening, you owe my school money like you promised us. We never got it. But anyway, we were the top performing elementary school in the state of Texas. When George Bush came here, when he was governor, he thought we were cheating on our state exams, but we wouldn't. We made him out to be a liar. We were that damn good.
Mm-hmm.
That's
okay.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. When he came to our school in 94, 95, he thought we would cheat on our state tests. He literally did. No, we were smart. Now it's not a mag school anymore. They lost that working a long time ago.
Well,
and that's due to people these parents not caring about their kids anymore.
Right. Oh yeah, that's another thing too. Like I don't know what it is, but I see so many parents like literally trying to like expecting the school districts to do everything, and it's like you are supposed to be you as a parent are supposed to be the primary like educator. The schools are. I don't like so many people have just handed their lives off to everywhere else and then can't figure out why we're in the situation we're in.
Because parents, these parents think the school's a daycare. School's not a daycare.
No, not at all.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what happened 2 years ago here in Houston,
right?
Madison High School. The lady, she was a black principal. She's still there to this day. They brought her there because she had won Principal of the Year at an elementary school. They brought her there, to change the to change the school around. This was national news. What happened, she said, if you come to my school, these are parents, you have to dress appropriate. You know, those parents they raised hell about that. Mm-hmm. All she said, if you're gonna come to school, if you're gonna be on our campus, dress appropriately. Don't dress like you're going to a club, because some of them women were literally waking up and just having on what they have on. Like some of them were literally going up there in nightgowns and see-through crap. And they rose hell about that. I don't see nothing wrong with that. It starts at home. Okay, yeah. My parents wouldn't. My mom would have. Ain't no one else she would have came out the house looking like that. There's no way. And there's no way my dad would allow my mom to do that. Not no kind of like being a mask. No, it's just what it was. You have to respect yourself first.
Right.
Okay. And how will your kids learn if you don't try to put an effort in?
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, I can honestly say this. My education as far as working from the earth did not come out of a book. My grandmother on my father's side is from Wewoka, Oklahoma. And whenever we went out to her farm, and she had a working farm, we got to learn how to handle all kinds of animals. We got to learn how to plant, harvest, store, freeze, everything but canning, I learned. So when my kids were coming up, they were no different. I showed them how to get out there and plant the stuff, how to cultivate it, weed it, clean it, harvest it, put it away, and use it. So, no, mine didn't come from a book. Mine came from actual hands-on.
Well,
that's good.
Well, just like I was telling you before, Joetta, I remember when I got out of high school, when I was walking home, my black behind better be home, and that yard better be cut or in the process of being cut. I have other students that would make fun of me because by the time they got around to coming to the neighborhood, I was out there sweating. But hell, that was my chores to do. I had to do it because I live there.
Oh yeah,
I live here.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We had chores. We had them too. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because I didn't understand, like, why are you making fun of me because I'm cutting my yard? That's ignorant. But that comes from no home training.
Right.
You don't know any better.
Right.
Because our deal was with our parents, and I know you heard me say this, Leon. When we walked in that door, homework was done right where our minds was still on it from school. Got the homework done, then we got the chores done, and then whatever time was left, we had for ourselves. If we didn't have nothing else to do. But coming in off the street, we better get in there before the lights came on.
Yep. I told you, when my mom, when she had surgery on her foot, I hated middle school because my mom, I remember walking to my class from lunch, I would see my mom's SUV out there. I'm like, damn, she up here again. Like, so I couldn't act the fool. My dad was always on me too. You know, hey, boy, you better be home. You better do this. At the football practice, unless you dying or you broke your leg, that yard better be cut. This is after football practice. I don't care how hot it was out there. That yard better be cut. Homework done. You in this house.
That's where my mom was too. And we had to take care of our dog. We had rabbits we had to take care of. But when we got out to that farm, the only thing that we weren't allowed to be around was during the butchering. But other than that, we did everything we were supposed to do. Mm-hmm. And it amazed me because when I did get to school and started all that stuff, and people were wondering, how could I contradict the teacher? I said, because I actually had hands-on. So for those that want to sit there and say that the Pilgrims and the Indians didn't know nothing about farming and cultivating, I knew that was a straight out lie. So, you know, and they said, well, how do you know? I said, because I am part Indian. And my grandmother and parents taught me better. So it even got to the point where I got to learn how to tan hides to do our ceremonial gowns whenever we have powwows.
Yeah.
So when I say I've learned it from hands-on, I'm learning to do that. And it was an education, but it was also something to remember and pass down.
I was really fortunate where the community I grew up in, we were exposed to some Native Americans and some Hutterites and some people of some different cultures, you know. So, and I think all of us probably have in our own, you know, in our own rights and our own experiences. So I'm glad we're talking about this today, guys.
Yeah, I mean, like the college is a bunch of bullshit to me. I'm only in it because of the STEM. If it wasn't for the STEM, I wouldn't be in it because my basic courses were a bunch of bullshit. You know,
I agree. College is a lot of bullshit. Statistics, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Mm-hmm.
So you're in it because you want to learn those things. So
yeah,
it's still a good thing.
my basic courses were a bunch of bullshit. Drama, what the hell I need drama for?
Oh yeah.
You know, what the hell I needed with an art class for? I'm not an artsy person. I can't stand art. It's boring to me. Only class I said I did enjoy was my history because my two history teachers were damn good. They weren't no liberal teachers. They were actually conservative teachers. And I got lucky with that. And I enjoyed my sociology professor. He was damn good too. Other than those two courses, the rest of my basic courses were bullshit. Okay.
So what did you? So you studied STEM.
I'm still studying it now.
You're still studying. You're studying engineering.
Once I got out of this bullshit algebra class, I can start my engineering courses.
Nice.
Because, like I say, the way they do it now, it's just for waiting for the schools to make money. Because first you do college algebra. Instead of going into actual college algebra, they make you do intermediate algebra, which is stupid.
It is stupid.
Okay? It's just a way for the school to make money off of you. Thank God I got a way around that. But, you know, after December 11th, I'll be officially in my engineering courses. Thank God.
That will be good.
That would be awesome.
But
especially because we need more blind engineers. We do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we do. But the thing about it, a lot of blind folk are afraid of. It's not that they're afraid of this. It's a way to do it, and these schools don't want to teach them how to do it. Don't want to work with them a lot of times.
That's exactly it. Because that was my experience when I went to school.
Okay, and the thing about me, I'll be damned if you're gonna push me to the side. No, we're gonna find a way to make this work. I don't care how many times I have to take it. It's not just for me. It's for other blind students out there that's gonna come after me.
So guys, let's take this opportunity to share some information with our viewers about resources that are available if they're college students or if they're a teacher of college students who are blind or high school students. So does anybody want to share the contact information for the National Federation of the Blind or Bookshare? You know, some of these things?
Well, I
NFB,
say
it depends where you're at for the NFB. Because certain chapters don't really help out people like they're supposed to.
No, they don't. I hate to put our chapter on blast, but I don't really see our NFB chapter doing much.
Well, hey guys, I got a quick minute. I wanted to share with you the great news that you can now get my first book, Because You're Blind, in hardcover, paperback, and on Audible. See the links below. This is the story of what it was like waking up blind at the age of 12 and then several years later being stripped of my constitutional rights by my parents. And it's the story of how I had to fight to get my constitutional rights back. It's a very powerful story, and I encourage you to listen to it. And the first 50 people who email me will get a free download of the Audible version. And all you have to do is go on and write a review on Amazon for me. Thank you very much. And now back to the blind view.
So, again, so I talked to the NFB, or I sent the NFB an email last week because they had talked about that they needed some people on the legislative committee. And so I said, yeah, I want to be a part of that. I've been wanting to do that since day one. And they won't let me go near that. Because, and I think the reason being is because they know I'm going to get a bunch of things done. I'm not just going to. You're
not going to be the wallflower sitting on the wall doing nothing but being.
Yeah.
See, that's the point. That's why I am not involved with any part of the NFB, because all I'm concerned with is money and socializing and things like that. When it comes down to actually helping somebody that needs help, and I know we've all seen this, when we ask for help from them, they're like, what?
Yeah, they don't know what to do. And not only that, but like when we look at blindness and our unemployment, the unemployment situation, and and blind entrepreneurship and all of that, I don't see them talking about us, about empowering ourselves socioeconomically. I don't see the NFB or the ACB talking about that.
No,
that should be the top issue that we should be talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Everything I got in school, the NFB has never helped me with one thing. I've called them.
Yep.
And they just say, well, you got to call this. I've said, the hell with it. I just found out, I just figured out a way to do it myself.
Exactly.
And that's why it depends on the chapter that you're dealing with too. Because the one in Austin is a lot better than the one in Houston.
Good to know. What was I going to say about? Yeah, I remember one time because I was in college and I was having to try and like fight the colleges because I wasn't getting accommodated, and of course I know my ADA and Rehabilitation Act rights, and I know how to apply the law.
Uh-huh.
And so like I explained everything to the NFB's legal department, and I sent them over my documentation. I sent them over my exhibits. I sent over the college's policy documents. I sent them everything. And they said, oh yeah, you've got a good case and you got it nailed down right. But they're like, well, we need you to in order for us to take it on, we need you to get all the rest of the students at the school who are blind on board. Well, I tried to do just that, and none of them wanted to take it on. So I was the only one left to take it on. And the NFB was like, no, we're not interested. So I was like, well, fine. I don't need you. Contacted the disability rights or attorney's office and went and handled it through mediation, in which I was able to get a lot of things changed, although not in the speed of which I needed to continue to finish my degree. But I still was able to get a lot of things situated and changed that the other blind students were too scared to even attempt.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing too with the blind community. There are a lot of people are afraid to speak out. Our paratransit here in Houston is horrible. It's a good service, but it's the people that run it are horrible. It's a good idea. Don't get me wrong. It's a good idea, but we have old vehicles. That's not helping anybody. When you call them, take it up with somebody else, basically.
Well, and I was actually talking about this the other day with some blind people in a Facebook Messenger chat, and it was a group chat with a bunch of other blind people, and they were talking about paratransit issues as well. And I said, I can tell you how to solve those issues. Like I can tell you how to fix it. And I said, just let me look into what the issues are, where you are, and I can tell you how to fix it. It was like, and it was just like crickets after that. Mm-hmm. When you start talking about solutions, that's when a lot of them start running.
Mhm.
But it's that and Leon, you know what I'm fixing to say, don't you? That blasted, stupid sheep mentality.
Yes,
They-
yes.
That stupid sheep
The
mentality.
sheep mentality. We have
No
got to
matter
deal with that
what.
within the blind community.
There
Man,
you go. There you go. Because
man,
they
do
want
we
to
have
go
too
with
many sheep?
They want to deal. They want to follow everybody else, but they do not want to stand up and be counted separately.
Exactly.
You know, like I said, if we here in Houston, a lot could change if more of us would speak out. But again, either they're too lazy to do it, or they're just afraid to do it.
Or
And
they
I'm
just
tired of
plain don't want to.
Mhm.
That's it too. I've known blind people who've
So
told
have
me we don't want to be activists. We don't want to change anything. We just want to
But
blend
yet
in with
they're
the rest of the world. And I'm like, how are you going to do that?
But they're the very same ones that bitch and complain that shit ain't moving quick enough.
Right. But they want us to carry their weight for them.
Yes, they do. They want to be the succubus for us doing all the work.
Yes.
Mhm.
I already know. Me and Leon talk about this mess all the time.
Oh, and when I was because I was also involved in ACB. So when I was involved in ACB, I got onto like some committees, but because I wasn't, and I kept contacting the committee chairs, and I was like, okay, when are we going to meet to work on these different things that we need to work on? And I just kept getting the runaround from them. So like after a while, I was like, fuck it, I'm not going to keep going to meetings and keep participating when you clearly are not trying to do anything.
You know
Like,
what I call that, don't you?
Huh?
You know what I call that, don't you?
Lazy ass-itis? I don't know. That's
Try
what I would call that.
Try smoking mirrors.
Smoke and mirrors. Yeah, that's good too. Smoke and mirrors.
Because they'll tell you one thing and be doing something over here on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
But in the meantime, you don't know what's going on, and you still try to ask them, hey, when are we gonna? And they're already doing something else that has nothing to do with what you were talking to them about in the first place.
Yeah,
I know. Like when we talk about elections and voting, I had a conversation with the county. Well, actually, I wrote to them over Facebook, and I basically laid out the different issues I had with the county, as far as the fact that poll workers don't know what to do necessarily with Braille ballots. They don't know what to do about accessible like voting machines. They're just plain stupid because the county's not teaching them what they need to know. They're not teaching the ADA. They're not teaching the Rehabilitation Act to these the poll workers. So, and the county's response was, well, we've sent out 26 Braille ballots and 554 large print ballots. Meanwhile, we have 180,000 blind people approximately who live in the state of Arizona. You can't tell me that that's good outreach, especially when most of them live in Maricopa County. You can't tell me that 26 Braille ballots and 554 large print ballots is good. And the blindness organizations are just as responsible for this too. And I'm not going to let them off the hook just because the county's not doing what they're supposed to do either.
Well, on that note, Joetta, when we was at Chris Cole in Austin is the most blind friendly. I can't stand the city, but it's one of the most blind friendly cities out there.
Right.
Because they literally have bus stops that talk to you.
Nice. I've seen some of those in places.
And the thing about it, I'm trying to get that here, but I'm only one voice. Houston should be just like Austin. Their paratransit is on par. It's just, I can't stand the city because of their politics, but their blind services are just out of this world. They have, what don't they have up there? They even have the damn the street lights talk to you. I mean, the street signs talk to you. They tell you when to walk and don't walk.
I
Yeah,
have
they
that
have some of
in a
them here in
city
San
called
Antonio.
Gainesville here.
Huh?
I'm glad they have those because we have those here too.
But Houston doesn't have them, though.
Guys, I think Tom said something too.
Oh, we got somebody else?
We have those. We have
I'm
those.
sorry.
Yeah, we have those kind of stoplights and stuff at Janesville, Wisconsin.
See, but Houston's the
I'll
fourth
get
largest
you-
city in America.
Did you use those?
I can get you the information for and actually let me what I'll do to Becca is I'll send the information as well so that this can be put into like the video description so that people have access to this. But I can give the information for like advanced traffic products, and there's another company that does like audible pedestrian signals. But what I found is like you can talk to the city, but it's really good to talk to the companies that do this. That way, you talk to the companies and they'll get on the city and get it done.
Mm-hmm. Because I mean, Houston is actually I think we're the third largest city now. I think we've overtaken Chicago, and so the way Houston, like my dad always said, Houston is 40 years behind time because these country bunkers down here they didn't think Houston was going to grow like it has the last 20 years.
Right.
And so when a little small city like Austin, well, it ain't small no more, but has overtaken us and transportation wise, it's outstanding. It's amazing to me how they just how now their NFB chapter and HCB chapters they come together. I wish they could happen all over the country. You know what I mean? But we can't get that.
I do too because I feel like I feel like unfortunately as blind people that there's a lot of us who are not really like on code with each other, and that's got to change.
Oh, me and Joetta know about that. So I stand at the school full of blind, don't we, Joetta? Good God, I couldn't stand that crap. But
it's amazing how many clicks. It's amazing,
right?
And it's sad.
And it's sad, and we shouldn't have that because we should be trying to empower each other. And
that's what I said when we had that encounter
and be
group.
growing our base, our economic base, and our power
when
base.
We had those on Wednesdays. It was the encounter groups at Chris Cole, and we were talking about that one day. And I brought up to the fact that I said, you know what? There's cliques in this group that we're in right now. Some of them that still have some vision think that they're better than anybody else in the group. And the hierarchy goes from those that have a lot of vision to those that have some vision to those that have partial vision to those that have almost no vision to those that are completely blind. Those that are completely blind are at the bottom. Okay,
right.
But it shouldn't be like that at all. We're all in the same place together. We are all here because we are having vision loss. We shouldn't be separating the groups because it's like desegregating all over again. Period. And I'm not talking about black and white. I'm talking about the different levels of blindness. Why would you desegregate in your own group of problems when you should be bonded together as a group because of the problem and work together to solve some better situations?
Well, hell,
the only thing I will say to that is that there are issues that the totally blind or the blind people that need screen readers and other things like that. There are issues that we face that are different from the blind population that's more like towards the partials or the people that have more vision. Like we do need to band together, but we also need to recognize that those that are totally blind and close to the spectrum have issues that are different from the ones that can still read a lot of large print.
Mhm.
Well, that's the problem I had with some of my teachers when they say, well, I had a blind student that took this course last year. They did like, what was it? What was the level of blindness? Could they still see? Well, yeah. Well, that's the thing. They can still see. I
Right.
can't see. And I kept telling them Jaws does not do well with math. I keep telling these people that Jaws will not. It'll read the number, but it won't, like a fraction. It won't read a fraction. It'll just say like one, and it may be one half.
Does anybody on the panel today know of any computer software that makes math easier to learn
I've heard of it.
for blind people?
I've heard of it. I forgot. I can't think of the name of it, but you're gonna have to call Freedom Scientific.
I would talk to.
That's actually a good idea, calling Freedom Scientific.
You would. Well, there's actually a blind mathematician who can speak on that. His name is Al Manecki.
Oh,
and
can you
he's
tell me
in-
how I could get a hold of him? Because maybe we could bring him on the show.
Yeah, he's in the blind. Yeah, he's in the NFB blind mathematicians division.
What state? Oh, okay.
I don't know what. I don't remember what state he's in, but
Have a mathematician
I've talked to him. Yeah, they have.
Okay,
Yeah, they
cool.
have a. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because the schools don't think that blind people are capable of learning math. I know when I was in. I got farther in college. I know I got farther taking math in college than I did even in elementary, middle, and high school.
I love math.
Like I barely passed geometry in high school. But then like when I got into college, because I had a good tutor for a while, I was getting A's. I was getting A's doing like, college algebra work and I was getting into pre-calculus and getting ready to go through calculus and all of that. So.
Well, like me, this year we started an organization at the school, which it's already an organization, but our school got the chapter. It's called DREAM. And DREAM stands for Disability Rights, Education, Activism, and Mentorship.
I like that.
Which I'm the president of our school chapter. I'm one of the founding members of it. But what we do now, we go around, we fight for rights for students with disabilities. Okay, I'm glad that one of my school counselors came up with the idea to join it, and we just had our induction ceremony last Thursday over Zoom. I wish it was more in person, but it's stuff like that gets things going.
Right.
And again, and these other blind organizations, they don't care.
No.
Again, it's more about socialism. That's fine and dandy. Okay, they were talking about the Christmas party way back in July. What they're gonna do? I'm like, really?
I know.
I'm like, come on.
I know.
Now.
It's like there's plenty of social space for blind people to socialize. That is not even an issue. Except except in like there are certain places where you're not gonna run into a blind person very easily, but especially now with the internet, there's all kinds of opportunities to link up and socialize with blind people. So we should be getting more serious about actually trying to get things done instead of
But that's the
having all these
problem.
social events.
Has anybody tried out any new canes lately, or any new tools for the blind, or found out about anything new for the blind people? I love talking about those things.
I'm trying to get this algebra out the way first. That's why my main problem. I haven't really looked at none about for the blind, except for a talking calculator, which I'm thinking I'm going to have to get. But
I've got one, and it's fun.
Do you have
you can actually use
a scientific one.
I have a talking calculator. Yeah.
You can actually use
one, but I'm talking about like the graphic calculator kind.
Right, the graphic. I used to have that calculator, the TI-84.
Yeah.
And what
my school had a few talking graphic calculators.
What did you say, Tom?
Why am I getting?
Michael had a few talking graphing calculators.
He's asking,
Huh?
he's talking about the talking calculator.
Did you like it? Because I never played with one yet.
Right.
I
It was
did.
kind of difficult.
No, I didn't like it. The beeps were not helpful because they don't give you the exact coordinates. They give it to you in beeps.
Well, the one I got is not little by no means. Mine is as big as a textbook. And it didn't do all that beeping. In fact, it was solar powered.
No, not that kind. I'm talking about
The graphic. Yeah,
the graphic kind. That the graphic coordinates for you.
Oh, no, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, the big scientific kind.
But
That's like $800.
But what you can use actually is you can use Excel, except when it comes to making graphs, the problem with Excel is that it doesn't.
I'll be right back.
It doesn't like tell you what the coordinates or anything is with that, but you can use Excel to do calculations. But that's the one downside to Excel. But Excel is one of the most powerful calculators. I mean, there's like tons and tons and tons of formulas in Excel.
Really?
Yeah.
You mean Microsoft Excel, right?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Now that I did not know.
And even like with Apple, like with Keynote and things, or not Keynote, Numbers has that too.
So Clay, where
Google
did you learn
Sheets
to
has-
use Excel and numbers and stuff?
A lot self-taught.
How did you self-teach yourself Excel and other Microsoft
going and reading through the keyboard commands, going and messing with the ribbon, and going and looking up the various shortcut keys? There's a lot to it.
Now, tell me about numbers.
Doesn't Freedom Scientific also have some training modules on their site?
Yeah, I don't know about that, and I don't know about the quality of their trainings, because Freedom, whatever type of training they're going to have like that is going to be basic. It's not going to be. It's not going to be for the advanced user.
Anyway, I'm really pissed off about this election, and I really feel like it's been stolen from the American people. And I'm anyway. That's just where I'm at with it. Does anybody else have anything?
Don't be, because what I know, what I found out the last couple of days, you should be very happy, but I can't speak on it because I don't want it to take into a black site.
Oh, okay.
So don't feel worried about it.
I've been hearing lots of hopeful things, and I still have my faith in God, and I still believe in our President Donald J. Trump.
You have to let the legal process take its course.
But evil can be very evil.
But
I was going to say too that the Arizona legislature is actually holding a hearing about the elections, a public hearing on the 30th. I don't know what time yet, but I'll have to find out. But
let me know because I'll go.
And the thing about it,
right?
Virtual.
I do not know.
And as of last night, they're going to actually do an actual audit of Georgia's vote. As of last night, an actual audit.
They should.
The thing about it, like I told you, don't. I'm not worried. Trust me, I am not worried. But you have to let the legal process take its course. Okay.
Right.
And every swing state, there's a conservative justice that's on it.
Right.
Okay. The Third Circuit, which is Pennsylvania, is by Alito. The Seventh Circuit, which is Wisconsin, is go to Amy Coney Barrett. The 11th Circuit, which is Georgia, which is by Clarence Thomas. And I think one Kavanaugh has is either Michigan or Nevada, which they say Trump actually won Nevada.
Well, actually, Kavanaugh's or not Kavanaugh, but Amy Coney Barrett's no longer on the Seventh Circuit. She's a Supreme Court justice now.
Yeah, I'm saying, but that's every justice got their district assigned to him Monday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the third district, the third circuit is Justice Alito. The seventh is Amy Coney Barrett. 11th is Clarence Thomas. I think the 8th or 9th is Kavanaugh's. See, I'm on it, but see, I watched this former Navy SEAL who used to work for the CIA too. He's letting some bombs drop too. I can't really explain it. You got to watch his video.
Can you post that video on the group thread later, Leon?
I can give you his name.
Okay.
His name is Michael Jocko.
How do people
really
find the video?
Huh?
How do people look up the video you're referring to?
Go to just go to YouTube and type up Michael Jocko, and his first 3 videos, newest videos, is going to really explain what's going on. It's a lot that's been undercover. Like he said, there are people being taken to black sites that are getting interrogated because of this. And the reason why, what's the name? Sidney Powell, like Trump said, she never really worked for him. She's on her own. You know why? Because she's a military lawyer. That's why she can go after these people for treason. Okay, it's like Michael Jocko said, there's a lot we don't know. It's a lot of moving parts. You have to let the process play out. Like they were saying, like I was trying to tell that guy last week, I don't give a damn what the media says. The media is not a branch of government.
Right.
They can say who they want. Hell, they can say they want, I don't know, Pikachu from Pokemon as president. It don't mean it's true. Okay?
Exactly.
That's what I'm trying to tell a lot of people. Like, they were literally damn near dancing here at my clinic that Biden had won. I just sat back and started laughing. I'm like, boy, aren't y'all going to be in for a surprise? Okay, but I'm not worried. You have to let the process play out.
Because if we can't have fair and honest elections, really, what's the point of this government continuing its existence?
Yeah. That's true. And the thing about it, what happened with this election, they got greedy. They got greedy and they got sloppy. And then they dared us to go fight it. And now
I'd say it was more like I would say they got, it wasn't just greedy, I'd say they got duplicitous, because it's what they did was so insidious.
Smoke and mirrors, like I said.
They just went crazy with power, with their lust for power. They went crazy with their lust for power, and they gave themselves away with it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. And like I told them,
about my YouTube channel.
What'd you say, Tom?
Can I say something about my YouTube channel?
Sure. Go ahead, buddy.
For all the viewers that watch this show, my YouTube channel name is Hemi489. HEMI 489.
Okay, thank you, Tom. Tom, would you like to give your full name to our viewers too, or just your YouTube channel?
My real name is Tom Sussex.
Okay, thank you, Tom. Tom, what state are you calling from, Tom? Or what state are you coming in from?
Wisconsin.
You're in Wisconsin. Okay, thank you for letting us know.
It's a 608 area code.
Okay, so let's get back on the topic. Who was speaking? I think
Clay.
it was
Clay.
Go ahead, Clay.
About what was I speaking about?
About them being overzealous with this.
Oh yeah. They were overzealous. I mean, and even because oh man, I don't even know where to begin with this, because there's
Like he said, too many moving parts.
there's so much to it. Like, I mean, let's just say this: the impeachment charges that they brought against Trump.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just start there, because that was ridiculous. And for the allegations that they claimed. Although at the same time, I do have to say that that one of Trump's lawyers was incorrect when he said that that abuse of power was not covered by impeachment. That is precisely what impeachment is for. But I would say that Trump didn't abuse his power by trying to find out. Yeah.
But the thing about it, they were trying to impeach Trump on what Biden had did.
See, that's the thing about the Democrats. Every time they accuse President Trump of something, it turns out they've been doing it.
And the thing about it too, like this coronavirus with the scamdemic, you know, like that Navy SEAL said, okay, the coronavirus is nothing but a bad cold. And now with the second wave, they're putting the flu off as the coronavirus.
But they've been planning this pandemic for years. I mean, Alex Jones warned about it, and people called him crazy.
It was a way to thwart an election and to bring down the economy, and it's not working.
Yeah.
Look what happened. Did y'all see Trump's press conference yesterday about the Dow Jones? Record breaking, over 30,000 points.
I'll tell you this though. I am not getting that coronavirus vaccine. That's just me. But
over my dead body.
You ought to watch that guy. Like I said, Michael Jocko. He explains that too. Like, look at Bill Gates' name for it, Luciferian. Lucifer. Rings a bell. It even has the number 666 in the patent.
I don't really go into that, but I can tell you that I know what Bill Gates is into, and I don't support it. As far as him, he's the definition of a globalist, like trying to literally take over the world. Like that's what Bill Gates is about.
And all these tech companies too, because when you go to any of those guys I told you to go to, like Anthony Brian Logan and stuff, at the bottom of the video it says the AP is called for Joe Biden. Bullshit. But you got a lot of people. You got a lot of people with that sheep mentality, like you said, Joy. They believe the crap. Like that guy last week, he just believed it. I'm like,
well, not only that, but the AP is not the actual. It's the government that calls the election results. It's not the news agencies were prematurely reporting without waiting for the tallies to completely roll in. And then Fox called Arizona. What was up with that, Fox?
Fox is dead to me now. So is Tucker Carlson, and Ingham is gone now. They're gone to the dark side.
There's no way Arizona went to Biden. Fuck
no.
That. We live here, dude. We know the support.
We know our people. There's no way. Like there are a lot of like Democrats and things like that are moving here from California and places, but it's not to the extent that it's
that flip
that it was.
No way.
Listen, guys, I took Lyft all over the Phoenix area for I've lived here for several years, and I have not slowed down. I normally spend $700 to $800 a month on Lyft, and I was polling Lyft drivers through that whole period of time, and I was asking them, because they were driving all over the Phoenix area, and I asked all of them, are you seeing more Biden support or Trump support? And 99.99% of them swore up and down they were seeing more Trump support on lawns, on bumper stickers. And I know people I was talking to, everybody was loving Trump. Everyone.
That's correct, because I went to one of Trump's rallies as a protester, because I didn't become a Trump supporter till recently. And then when I looked into him, everything checked out. And but yeah, there were thousands and thousands of people that showed up at that Trump rally.
Yeah. But I wasn't just basing I know President Trump took Arizona, but I'm not just basing it on the size of the rallies. I'm basing it because I did my own organic poll from the time President Trump, announced his candidacy, and especially when all that crap started with Biden, when Biden was, thrown up there as Trojan horse. You know what I mean? I've been through all of that, through the quarantine and everything. I've been pulling probably tens of thousands of drivers who drive all over the Phoenix area, who see all the lawns and see all the automobiles. They've been seeing all of the signs for candidates everywhere, right? That's why these were the people I was asking. I wasn't asking my blind friends or my roommates who don't go very far, right?
Well, I'm glad our Secretary of State, he didn't go with the Smartmatic Dominion system. Thank God he didn't, because he one that called it out first, like, hey, is something wrong with it? So I'm glad we got a smart Secretary of State. But that crooked son bitch in Georgia, come to find out, Dominion gave him over $100 million back in March.
Woo.
He's going down. The Pennsylvania government is going down. You know, I kind of do believe Sidney Powell. She's like she said, I don't take a chance that I can't win.
Oh, and I gotta say this too. When it comes to what's his name, Andrew Cuomo, the news media wants to put him up like he's the next messianic figure.
Well, I seen that video.
And
of
it's
people
so ridiculous.
marching in New York saying get rid of Cuomo.
No, Cuomo needs to be gone. Cuomo is a disaster.
Yeah, well, everybody knows that. Isn't he the governor of New York, or is he the mayor? I don't remember.
Governor.
He's the governor. No, Bill de Blasio.
Yeah, he's the governor of
the
New
mayor
York.
of New York City, but and Bill de Blasio is lousy too.
Yeah. But do y'all knew that Kyle Rittenhouse is out of jail now?
Who?
Kyle, the guy in Wisconsin, the kid in Wisconsin that shot
Kyle Rittenhouse?
He's out of. They bailed him out the other day.
So can
What
you
do you
tell me
think
the
of
story
that
of this
whole
Kyle
situation?
Rittenhouse, please, Leon? Because I don't know anything about this guy. I don't know who he is, why he went to jail, how he got out.
Oh, that was a big story when that guy.
He shot some people and killed some people.
Jacob Blake.
Yeah.
When Jacob Blake got shot by the cops, because he was assaulting his ex-girlfriend. All those protests in Kenosha, Wisconsin, took place. Mm-hmm. What happened? Kyle, he lived in Illinois, but he's like 20 minutes away from there. So it's like just going down the street basically for him. The media put it out there that he bought an AR-15 illegally and all this, which he did. And that was a friend's AR-15 that he borrowed. Kyle went there to protect businesses from the looters, and he is a trained medic. What happened? Kyle had put out a trash fire that these dumbasses were pushing towards a gas station. He put it out with a fire extinguisher, and they started chasing him. So that's when all the crap went out that he shot 3 people. One was a child molester at that. Mm-hmm. The other guy, everybody else was assaulting the one that, Oh, sorry. And anyway, they arrested Kyle, talking about for homicide, which again, he shouldn't have been arrested for homicide. That was clearly self-defense. It's on camera. Mm-hmm. Like his lawyer said, Kyle, he was a political prisoner. Mm-hmm. But you got these Antifa-tards out there calling him a white supremacist, but he shot white people. And on top of that, he's part Hispanic himself. I just don't understand it. You know, and I'm thank God he's out for now. But, you know, he had a $2 million bond. So go support My Pillow, because they're the ones that the guy, Mike Lindell, he helped to get him out of prison. Get him out of jail. So
the
go
pillow
get him
guy?
My Pillow. Huh?
The pillow guy?
Yeah, go get a couple of them. I got 2 right here.
Oh, I saw so many of his ads during the quarantine, and then during the quarantine, he introduced his book. You know, and he's from my home state, Minnesota.
Yeah, he's a great. You know, he helped get Kyle out of jail, which I respect that. You know, somebody that was clearly self-defense. I don't care how old you are. Self-defense is self-defense. That is your God-given right in this country, no matter how old you are. And they held him as a racist. Again, how can he be a racist when he's part white and he shot white people? He didn't kill not one black person.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Go
ahead.
The interesting thing about it too is that so you have liberals, you've got we talk about like we've talked about the whole criminal justice system and things like that, and how, there's people that supposedly anyway, they want to reduce sentences and things like that. But it's kind of funny that when it came to Kyle Rittenhouse, if that's the case, then all they wanted to do was they wanted to throw the book at a 17-year-old kid.
Mhm.
So how does that?
Because it's rules for thee, but not for me.
Do as I say, not do as I do.
Yeah,
Mhm.
just like they caught the California governor going to a damn restaurant with his lying ass with no mask on, talking about, well, we was outside, come to find out they was inside the restaurant. My God.
We shouldn't be having these mandatory masks anyway. It's an invasion
really
of our
help.
constitutional rights.
These masks don't even help.
No.
They do not work at all. That's a fact. And you ask any doctor out there, they're gonna tell you.
I know. I've read the doctor stuff, even where doctors have said that the masks won't work. There was even a Yale professor who was a doctor and who was one of the leading epidemiologists, and he said that there's a way to actually deal with COVID, and he specified the specific things that had to be done to do it, and they went and trashed him. And I'm like, you're gonna trash a Yale professor? People don't just become a Yale professor epidemiologist like that.
But that's the thing,
Yale's hard to get into.
The thing about it, like I was telling the women at my clinic, I'm doing your job, because if you think about it,
I just wanted to talk to you guys. I went to the dispensary yesterday to get some concentrate, and I put my Trump mask on before I went in. Ever since all this stuff has happened with the election, I've been really hesitant to wear my Trump mask because I don't want to upset anybody, right? But listen, I put it on anyway. And as I was walking up to the door to go in the dispensary, this other woman was coming out, and she saw my mask, and she said, "I wish we had seen more of those." And she was coming out of the dispensary, right? And I told my sister about that when I got back in the car later, because my sister was actually just waiting for me. And my sister said that woman was wearing a nurse's uniform, which means she has her medical card and she's a nurse and she's a Trump supporter. But anyway, I just want to let you guys know that I thought that was really cool.
The thing about it, at my dialysis clinic, most of those staff they can't stand Trump. They can't give me a reason why, except for he's racist. I'm like, you people are so stupid. Mm-hmm. You're actually voting for a racist in Biden.
Exactly.
But me trying to explain that to them, it's like talking to a brick wall. They're not going to listen to it. Like I told one nurse, she's talking about she voted for Biden because of Medicare. I'm like, you're an idiot. Because if socialized medicine comes out, the money you make will go down dramatically. Okay? And there will be no more private no more private clinics and all that crap. It's just ignorance on a lot of those people's part, because they don't research anything. They go by what the media tells them.
Right.
And that's a damn shame.
And I was going to ask you.
Huh?
I was going to ask Becca just for a second. What did you think about Prop 207?
Is that the medical marijuana one, or is that
it was the recreational one?
You mean, what do I think about the fact that it passed?
Yeah. Or what did you think?
I didn't really read the language of the law like I normally do, but this was the first election in a long time that I didn't have time to study up on any of the ballot initiatives and read the actual wording. But because it was to legalize marijuana, I voted for it, right? But I don't know how it read. Do you want to discuss how the language reads on it?
Yeah, because see, obviously, obviously, because I'm a pot smoker too, I'm all in for legalizing marijuana, right? But my issue with, I actually voted against Prop 207, and the reason I did is because a few things. One, they wanted to put a 16% tax. They want to tax it, and they want to tax it at 16%, which I think is ridiculous. Then they want to, and they want to use that money to go to more police, education, and some other things. But then they want to control how many licensees can operate within the state. So you've got it. So for that reason, I want weed legalized, and I don't want the government touching it. I want them taxing it. I don't want them regulating it. Legalize it. Let businesses operate. You shouldn't be able to restrict the number of licensees. That's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. But I think they should be able to tax it, because that's one thing that would really help the states, is if they could tax the income off of legalizing marijuana.
Well, here's my issue.
But I agree.
If they wanted to do,
shit,
well, if they wanted to do that, why didn't they go with the straight sales tax that's already here? They didn't. They have a separate tax for weed, and it's actually double.
Is it separate, or is it additional tax on top of this? Wouldn't we already be paying the sales tax when we purchase the weed, as well as then the additional tax, right?
No, this will be the sales tax specifically on marijuana.
Oh, okay.
And they now, under the current system, under the medical marijuana system, they actually tax it at 30% right now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know about. Well, y'all can speak on that, because Texas didn't have that on the prop yet, not yet. So I guess I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. But only thing we have that's legal like that is the tea tree oil. Ain't that right, Joetta?
Yeah.
Something that's legal here, and you have to have
the CBD
card for it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and you have to have a prescription or even to get it. So.
Wow.
Joetta gone. Joetta left. Oh, she left.
I don't know why Texas does. I don't know why Texas doesn't legalize.
Well, was it on the ballot this year?
No.
State?
Nope, not yet.
I'm sure it's only a matter of time.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I like the fact that the ballot initiative wanted to expunge criminal records for people who possessing and selling marijuana. I like that, but the taxes and the regulations on it, no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've been on for a while. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Time to go grab lunch now.
Does anybody? You guys want to wrap up the show?
It's up to you. Yeah.
Is Joetta still on?
She left.
Okay. Clay, is there anything else you want to add?
I think that's about it. I can't think of anything else to say.
Is Tom still with us?
Yep.
You are here, Tom?
Yeah.
Tom, is there anything you would like to add before we wrap up the show?
No.
Okay, how about you, Leon?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us today on Becca's World. Please like, share, and hit the subscribe button. Peace out, guys.
Thank you for watching Becca's World. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel.